From Nashville, Tennessee, it's the Cameo Bobo Show, live in Music City, with host Cameo Bobo, with guests Butta The Preacher, Reverend Venita Lewis, and Ashley in Roten, with co-host Janard Cross.
And now, your host, Cameo Bobo!
Welcome to the Cameo Bobo Show, live in Music City. You guys sound amazing. Give it up for yourselves one more time. You guys are in for a special treat because today we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary of the Cameo Bobo Show.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for all kind of highlights as we go through this show. But I'm going to go ahead and get to this amazing lineup that we have in store for you guys. First up on tonight's lineup, we have a woman who is a powerhouse visionary with a lifetime of achievements. Please help me welcome the Reverend Venita Lewis to the show, guys. Next up, we have a man who is a minister, a songwriter, a Christian hip-hop artist, and a motivational speaker who's all the way from Gary, Indiana with a story to tell. Please give it up for Butta The Preacher, okay? All right, so that's our lineup for tonight, Janard. But I want to talk to you about our anniversary.
Oh, for this anniversary, you know, all I can say is just the blood, because look at this red that we got on. I said if it had not been. Hey.
That gives me strength.
Hey,
yes.
come on.
From day.
Come on.
To day.
Hey. Yes.
They better be feeling strong.
Praise God for 1 year. That's a blessing,
Amen.
right?
Amen. It is.
And praise God for you persevering and pulling together and helping to maintain such an amazing
Janard.
group of people.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's a joy coming in here every time to just be a part of this. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Janard. And thank you for being my co-host. I've never got to share this, but Janard was the first person to use me as a host. He asked me to introduce him at one of his Janard
Christmas specials.
It was when we were at the
concert celebrations.
Yeah, no.
Gospel brunch?
Gospel brunch.
Wow.
Janard asked me to introduce him at the gospel brunch, and then he started asking me to host, and then he started asking me to host his television show. So give it up for my brother because he is the first one to introduce me.
Wow.
And I'll tell you this, I used to say this joke to you all the time, and this is before I really knew about how God would speak to you and tell you prophetic things.
Yeah.
I used to say all the time, Janard, when you get your late night television show, you're not going to leave me behind. You're going to bring me with you. And look who got the late night television show, and look who brought him with me.
Look who pulled me out of a TV sabbatical. Come on now.
Yeah, so thank you for serving as my co-host.
You know what? That's an awesome. Man, y'all give it up a Cameo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry today with this 1 year. But Cam, did you do a spin?
I did the spin.
Go ahead and do a spin. Do one more spin. Okay. Now you know, I can't let just Cameo carry all the style and fashion of the show. So I'll do my best to compete. So let me go ahead and spin it a little bit for y'all.
Let's see your spin, Janard. Oh, give it up.
You know.
Good job, Janard. Okay, so let's get back to the 1 year anniversary.
Yes.
What do you think about the celebrity appearances that we have and just the all-around theme of the show?
I'll tell you, you know, we've just been blessed with so much favor with different notable people, the celebrities and everyone that's come on this show. And then just given the opportunity, a thank you to really bring them together in some fun and some trivia. You know, that's one of those icebreakers.
Yeah,
you
that
know,
trivia is hilarious.
Yes.
And look, it's not rigged, is it?
It's not rigged. When Cameo won, she won fair and square. We didn't cheat, y'all.
We didn't cheat, but okay, guys. All right, guys. We'll be back after this commercial break with our first guest, Reverend Venita Lewis. The Cameo Bobo Show is now offering the following advertisement options: TV commercial spots, email promotion to over 1,500 potential customers, social
social media promotion to over 4,300 monthly users. It's time to elevate your brand and get in front of a diverse audience. Secure your advertisement today by visiting CameoBoboShow.com to learn more.
I know that one day in the future, I'm going to be watching you. Well, no, I'm going to be there with you on your nighttime television show. I'll be there.
Welcome back to the show, guys. My next guest is a multi-talented powerhouse. She is the executive director of Kiva, Keeping Every Vision Alive, the creator of Happy Gappy Clown, radio personality, and also a reverend. Please help me welcome the amazing Reverend Venita Lewis to the show. Reverend Lewis, how are you doing?
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for being here.
And I told you before the show that, I'm winding down, going into a new space.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to an old space,
Okay.
but an anointed space.
Woo! We can't wait. We can't wait.
I would not want to share the kind of end of a civil rights journey, the beginning of an anointed spiritual walk in no other person
Then
but
the Cameo Bobo Show.
Cameo
She love me,
Bobo
y'all.
Show.
She love me.
Amen.
Okay, so let's talk about your civil rights journey, because you have met with the icon. You marched with the icons. Tell us about that journey.
We're blessed to have been in the civil rights space for, last year was the 40th year.
Wow.
So in my younger years, I marched with Coretta Scott, Dick Gregory.
Give it up for her, guys.
With Dr. Hosea Williams, Vernon Jordan, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and the list go on and on. Met Rosie Parks, Maya Angelou.
Wow.
We've been around the country. We marched with Trayvon, Sandra Bland. We were mother at the 62-day protest here in Nashville. And when I look at Justin Jones, I think about the 62 days when I was Queen Mother on the Plaza, commissioned by leaders in the Black community to stay down there after I put on the first George Floyd protest.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes,
you were
I
behind
did.
That here. Wow.
I put on the first one.
Congratulations.
And then Justin called me. He was one of my speakers, and we didn't know each other quite well. And he said, "Reverend, God told me to call you and told you to come go with me to protest." I didn't ask him any questions. We supposed to been down there one night, and it lasted for 62 days. And so when I look at him today, I look at him as one of my sons. I look at you as one of my daughters.
Thank you.
God is good. And so I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And what you're doing. I think you're going to do a lot of great things in the city, so I'm just glad to be here.
Thank you. So, yeah, clap it up for her, guys. How, you do the civil rights, but you also support youth, and why do you think that's important for us to do in Nashville?
Because I think it's so important, because if I said, I've been out there 40 years, I started when I was young.
Okay.
And there are late great names like Curly Magruder, Kwame Leo Lillard, Reverend James Tex Thomas, who was the pastor for over 40-some years at Jefferson Street, Dr. Dogan Williams. I could go on with names, and they all taught me, trained me. Reverend Marilyn Ramsey, when I was running for ministry, she was a member of the NAACP. She got a hold to me. So if it was not for the older generation, then there would not be a Reverend Lewis. And that is the greatest part of me that is getting ready to explode in the city. I thank God for my civil journey, because it was preparing me for where I started in my 18, 19, and 20 as a pastor, prophetess. I'm a native Texan. So we brought Juneteenth to the city. That was not a Juneteenth in Nashville when I moved here in the 80s.
Give it up for it, guys. That's a big deal.
We brought that.
That's a big deal.
It's important to breathe into the next generation, because, and it's important to get the breadth to move forward from those who are anointed to breathe into your life. You know everybody can't breathe on you.
Everybody can't, but when the right ones breathe on you, baby,
you're going to excel. You know, and I can see, I told you some things that's going to happen for you, and I don't mind telling you now, you know, she's going to be downtown. We're going to reach out and help make that happen, and whatever you need me to. If we got to do some door knocking, I don't care. But I think that you got a great opportunity to do some great things in the city and around the country and around the globe, and I declare that for you.
I receive it.
Cameo Bobo
I receive
Show.
it. All right, when we come back from this commercial break, we'll talk about Happy Gappy and everything else.
Yes.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm still here with my guest, Reverend Lewis. All right, Reverend Lewis. So tell me about Happy Gappy Clown.
Well, you know, God is doing a new thing. He's bringing, you know, old things that I started
Many
30 years ago to the forefront. Happy Gappy is a children's kids character that I created many years ago. We've had the book finished, the coloring book. We have a line of products, and we're getting ready to bring him out. Hopefully in about another month, we'll be having a location where all of his products you can buy and purchase there.
All right, give it up. Great things are coming for Reverend Lewis. For Reverend Lewis, it has been a pleasure. We look forward to following your journey, and you're always welcome on the Cameo Bobo Show.
God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you. Give it up for it, guys.
Thank you for the
Thank
show.
you. We'll be right back after this with my next guest, guys.
It's a crown on your head, it's a crown on your head. Look up in the mirror, it's a crown on your head, it's a crown on your head, it's a crown on your head. Look up in the mirror, it's a crown on your head. Bounce to the left, I see a crown on your head. Bounce to the right, I see a crown on your head.
Welcome back to the show, guys. My next guest is a minister, artist, speaker who survived not one, but two near-death experiences. Please help me welcome to the show, Butta The Preacher. What's going on? How you doing?
Doing great. How you?
Good. Thank
pleasure.
you so much for coming and being on the Cameo Bobo Show.
It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Tell us about these near-death experiences. So tell us your story.
Yes, born and raised in Gary, Indiana.
Okay. Home of Michael Jackson, right?
Yes, home of Michael Jackson. Very small city, about 30 minutes from Chicago. And during the time I was born in the era, Gary, Indiana was known as the murder capital of the world. So I was born in a home, a religious home. My grandmother raised me up.
Wow.
Father was absent.
Okay.
4 boys lived in the house, 3 of my cousins in a 2-bedroom house. It was about 7 kids in the house with my grandmother, who was already elderly. She was a great woman of God. Took us to Sunday school, walked us to Sunday school, to church, back and forth. Every Sunday, no call. And we was pretty much didn't know that we were struggling as children, because we was raised on so much love. But we did have shoes that was too little, clothes we had to share. But we didn't even think of nothing about that was not normal until we got a little older, going to the basketball games. And daddy not showing up, and everybody else had fathers. So growing up, I'm getting exposed to other things, gangs, drugs, violence. And then by the age of 21 years old, we talking about a near-death experience. I found myself being shot 9 times and left for dead.
Wow.
Yes. So my best friend, and you know, he had passed that day from the actual incident.
At the same time.
Same time. I seen him take his last breath.
Wow.
And yeah, during that moment, I just knew, like, I just thought about as I laid on the ground in the snow, in blood. I'm thinking about how my grandma raised me up. I'm already having like an epiphany and like a thought of how my life should have been and would have been if I would have lived past 21. I'm laying there.
Wow.
It was like I was speaking to myself as an older age. It was like the meeting that's now.
Wow.
It's talking to the young gangster. Like, hey man, you got so much life ahead of you. You could have been an entrepreneur. You could have been this, that, and the third. And during that time, I had my first kid on the way, and I was just laying there asking God to just hover me, come over me, and comfort me. And
because you knew God.
I knew God, but I ran from God because I wanted to go my own route and direction. And you'll be in a situation where you're going to have to surrender to God, or surrendering going to be your only option. And I was at that place where I had no other choice but to turn to him to bring me out of what I was in, because it was life or death at that point, you know. And I called and I prayed on God, and I asked him to come just give me a peace and a comfort and forgive me for my sins and just heal me if you can. And he gave me a second chance.
Wow.
Yeah, so,
give it up for him,
yeah,
y'all.
So I got a second chance. And then, so my second near-death experience came after me being, I could say, reluctant, after my, I can say, me surrendering, telling God to, you know, take me out of the streets, give me a second chance. It's easy to submit when you're in pain, you know. It's easy to say, God, help me when I'm going through something. But what happens when I got back healed, I got out of the hospital, I had to learn how to walk again, but I had a vengeance. I didn't know how to deal with the anger I had bottled up from over the years as a child into a grown man. And I just felt like so empty, so I resorted in other ways to express how I felt. And so by the time I'm 25 now, 2014, I was like, hey.
When did you become a rapper though? Was you a rapper at 21?
Yeah, I was doing secular music. So I'm in the clubs. We got the clubs with the, I was doing concerts with rapper Lil Durk, a lot of Chicago drill music. So I had a real big name on music then, and people was like, hey, I was called Butta Gutter at that time. And they was like, hey, you gonna make it, man.
Where
Keep
does
pushing.
Butter come from?
My childhood nickname.
That's what I
was
figured.
called Butter Ball when I was a baby.
Butterball. You was fat.
Yeah, I was a little fat little baby.
Little turkey baby.
And then they dropped the ball and just called me Butter, because Butterball don't sound right in the street.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
so
what?
they said Butta Gutter. So they had to have some balance in it. The streets is the gutter. So long story short, I'm 25 now, and I can feel God pulling me to do something, and I'm like, I don't know what it is he want me to do. I can feel him pulling me to say, hey, I want to use you. But I'm talking myself out of being used by God, knowing that he is going to use me. But I'm like, I don't know if you want to use me, somebody who been, you know what I'm saying, in the streets, been locked up, shot 9 times. I got healed and I went the other route. I just felt like I wasn't good enough. And the enemy sometimes will try to make us feel like we're inadequate. And God will use who he want to use.
That's his plan.
Yeah, so he tricking me, knowing that the reason I'm going through what I'm going through because he's trying to stop God's plan for my life. But I just kept listening to the voice of God telling me like I was called. And I didn't know what I was called to what. I remember calling my pastor like, hey, I feel like God has called me to, believed to be a preacher at the time. I said, but I don't think so, because I'm in the streets and I don't want to be a gangster and a preacher and do both. I want to do one or the other. I said, I can't fake it. He like, well, just pray and ask God what it is he wants you to do. And one day I was in the club. I promise y'all, I was performing. And before I performed, I said, can I pray for the audience? Out of nowhere. I don't know what urged me to. And I prayed for the crowd. My friends laughing like, what's going on? You acting weird. Like, you just said, can you pray for everybody? Like, before you did this crazy song. And I said, I don't know. That's the energy I felt to avoid some conflict. I felt like I had the power to stop whatever was about to happen that night that was bad. And the next day, I felt the same way. I was like, hey, you was tripping last night. You said, let's pray. And I said, I still feel the same way for some reason. I don't know. I'm not drunk. I'm not anything. And then I said, I'm going to pray a prayer to God, and I'm going to ask him what it is I felt. July 23rd, I never forget, I prayed a prayer. I said, Lord, whatever it is you want me to do, show me and I'll do it. Wherever you want me to go, show me I'll go. Whatever it is you want me to be, show me and I will be it. And then right after that, July 24th, the next day, I get up. I had braids on my head at this time. I washed my hair, and I said, I'm about to hop in the car. I'm going to go get my hair did, and I'm going to tell my brother that I feel like God has called me to preach. I get up. I hop in the car. I'm driving. Next thing you know, I got a flat tire out of nowhere. I get out. I check my fixer flat. Boom. I wake up, blood everywhere. Head cracked open to the skull. Eye popped out the socket, jaw broke.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what just happened? I'm in the place where I'm about to surrender. Now, no, I just had a surrendering prayer the day before. That's in 24 hours.
And I'm headed to tell somebody that I'm committed.
That's my calling.
And
then I see people all around me. I'm like, oh my God, I've been shot up. What happened? Like, I didn't do nothing. This time I'm done. And then I hear somebody pick me up. Then I wake up in the helicopter. And then they say, stay woke, you just flatline. You was just hit by a drunk driver while changing your tire.
Oh my God.
He said, what's your name? Check my cognitive and asked me, do I remember where I was at? Y'all, I never preached a sermon a day in my life, but I told him, I don't know what just happened. I said, but I know I'm called to preach the gospel. And since that day, July 24th, 2014, so I left the hospital, that's exactly what I've been doing constantly. Into this day.
Never went back to the streets. I'm about to cry. up.
Never went back to the games. Never went back to the street life. Never went back into the club life. Never went back to smoking, drinking, any of that. It was like an instant change, like a cold turkey. I don't know how God did it, but that day for a fact, He did it. And the enemy tried to stop me from being standing here today, given how how powerful God is. He's seen this, the vision I saw when I was a little boy laying down. I done seen kind of these things already, just in the foresight and knowledge of God.
Okay,
and
let
so
me stop you there.
powerful.
We got to go to commercial break.
Yes.
And I know they need a break. Yeah, this is amazing. Give it up for him, and we will be right back after this commercial break, guys.
Yeah.
So let's talk about where those near-death experiences have taken you with ministry.
Yes, right to the hospital, it led me right to the pulpit.
Wow.
I accepted my calling publicly to the world. I didn't know what that was going to look like, but I just said yes.
Wow.
I gave God my yes, and ever since I gave him that yes, doors has been opening up.
Wow.
The same boy who couldn't afford a haircut, now own barbershops.
Wow.
The same boy.
Give it up for him, y'all. Keep going up, keep going up.
Same boy who couldn't afford a hamburger, now own restaurants. Same one that couldn't afford a cable, now I'm making movies.
Come on now.
So it was like, I was on EBT, food stamps, and now I got videos on BET.
BET,
so
wow.
It was like, he just switched it over.
The goodness of the Lord.
So he didn't take away the gift. Like I said, he just gave me a whole better message with my music. And he just opened up so many doors, just giving God a yes. Like that's the biggest piece of my ministry. Just saying yes to the call, and He'll figure everything else out there for yourself. You ain't got to try to figure it out, because we can do that, then we wouldn't need God. So obviously, I just let Him just take the wheel and have His will, and He just have His way. So at the end of the day, my faith just is dependent on God's decision. So if I fail, it's on God, because I trust Him with this plan.
Exactly. He put it there, and you moved
so I
on
put all the pressure on God. I'm like, hey, I'm about to start the business. I wrote the vision. I made it plain. I did what you said. I'm gonna put the work in. I got the faith. If this business closed, God is on you. That means you got to get a bigger building for me.
Exactly. Okay, so let's talk about what you're doing with music, because you got some new music coming, right? Okay.
So I do Christian hip hop. I did it since 2018.
Okay.
God been breathing on it. Won multiple awards, Gospel Artist of the Year. Grammy consideration in 2022.
Wow, awesome.
Yes, the first from my city since Michael Jackson to be a part of that kind of that lineage of music. So my album getting ready to drop, Chapter 1.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, Chapter 1. So Butta The Preacher, Chapter 1 is going to have to be a powerful album so people can see what God has been doing with my music. And I believe it's about to go to another level.
It will. It will. We speak that it's going to another level.
Yes.
Everything you've been doing has been level upon level upon level upon level. So now it's just time for your music to just rocket ship up.
Yes.
Just go on to new levels. So let's talk. You mentioned something about a movie coming out about your life.
Yes.
So tell us about that a little bit. Can you share anything about that?
I can share it.
Okay.
So Stacey Harris is a phenomenal writer.
Okay.
One of the biggest writers in the game right now. She worked with Marlon Wayans personally and a lot of other artists. And she took a liking to my film, to my story.
Okay.
And me, her, Chris Jameson, these all big names in the industry, said we coming together to shoot this movie. I mean, everybody's excited. Man, Jacob Lattimore.
That's awesome.
We even reached out to Janet Jackson. She loved the script.
Wow.
And she's from Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, so a lot of people almost like, you tell about this story? They're like, yes, this is a big deal.
You got a story
so I
to
said,
tell.
okay. They said, we shooting a movie. We're going to do it for Netflix.
Wow.
And everybody was just
sold
into it.
Y'all heard that word, the N-word he said? Say that N-word again.
Huh?
The N-word.
Netflix? Oh, absolutely, Netflix.
Can't we get a round of applause there? Because all y'all watch that. Okay. So we met and were introduced by my friend TSO. Shout out to T.O. because I can't do this without saying shout out to him. Like, you ain't saying nothing about me. So what's up, my homie?
Yes.
Much love for Chicago.
I love him.
But want you to share for a minute with someone who's scared to say yes. Like they know they have a high calling in their life. They've been through a lot of traumatic situations. They know better, but they will not say yes. What would you say to someone like that?
I say yes or yes will be your only option to give. It's a best in your yes.
Come on.
It's an elevation in your yes. It's a breakthrough in your yes. Just those 3-letter words could change your whole future today. Just giving God that yes. Yes to his will. Yes to his way. Yes, I trust you. Yes, I believe. Yes, I can. Yes, I know. Just that yes alone, even while you're afraid, even while you have some doubt in you, said the faith of a mustard seed, just a small portion, and God to do wonders with it.
Yes.
So the yes, the best days of your life is connected to that yes. When you give him a yes, he promised that you shall fulfill. He promised. God is a man that never lied. So if I'm going to keep a covenant with anybody, and I know he'll keep it with me, even if I break it, God's going to keep his end of the bargain because I gave him that yes.
It's the best. I see you tell people all the time, it's the best gamble you'll ever take.
It's the best you'll ever take.
It's the best gamble you'll ever take is trusting God. Well, thank you, Butta, for being on the show. This has been amazing. You have an amazing story, and I'm just excited to see what you do next. And excited that God brought us together to be connected. So is this show or anything or I can do to, be a blessing to you, please let me know.
Thank you.
Give it up for them, guys. All right, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to the show, guys. I have a special treat. My next guest is someone that has been at every TV taping but has yet to hit the screen. Please welcome my supervising producer, Ashley Nicole, to the show. Hey, girl. Glorious and beautiful as always.
You know, I came to the Cameo Bobo Show, so I had to get myself on together. You know what I'm saying?
Expect? Yes. So, Ashley, you are a supervising producer for the show. So, tell people what that is, what that means.
So, I supervise the crew. I supervise everything going on behind the scenes, making sure not just Cameo is good, but our crew is good, our camera shots look good, all the things in between, okay? So that's pretty much what I do.
And she does it so well, guys. Give it up for Ashley. And give it up for my team. Yes. So, Ashley, as we celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the Cameo Bobo Show live in Music City, what have been your highlights?
I think for me, the most important segments that we do are like our business spotlights. So when we have not just the interviews, but Are You Hungry segment, inviting comedians to the stage, just all of these different things that allow small business owners locally and nationally to be a part of something great. Girl, we setting the standard. We have officially set the standard, okay? Yes.
But Ashley, we have something new coming to the show. Talk about our Ask Cameo segment.
Y'all, so please tune in to the show, but make sure you send questions because our new segment, Ask Cameo, first of all, your girl not leaving a question unanswered, okay? She gonna find an answer for you. But it's also a time to hear real Cameo, hear real life experience, hear somebody from a world of perspective, just give an opportunity to answer your questions. So ask Cameo anything. We could ask her about what y'all want to ask her about, because we could ask her about dating. We can ask her about Jesus. We can ask her about corporate. We can ask her about stuff. So y'all make sure y'all send your questions in to Ask Cameo, okay?
Text the number on the screen, guys.
That part.
Well, Ashley, this has been amazing. I'm looking forward to more seasons with you and to see everywhere the Cameo Bobo Show goes.
Everywhere.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything.
Love you, girl.
Love you too, honey.
Okay, we'll be right back after this commercial break with Moment of Motivation. Give it up for y'all. Give it up for her, y'all. Welcome back to the show, guys. It is now time for your Moment of Motivation. For today's Moment of Motivation, in honor of us celebrating our 1-year anniversary of the Cameo Bobo Show, I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for telling others about the show. Thank you for coming to the TV show tapings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because of your support and because of your love, we have been able to film 17 shows. We have had thousands of views on YouTube. We've had over 500 people come through the studio to watch the taping of the Cameo Bobo Show. And the Cameo Bobo Show is on 3 networks on Roku: the Smooth Life TV network, Making Magic network, and also the Vision network. We also air on television courtesy of Nicole Studios on Channel 19. So please give it up for our accomplishments. And that could not have happened without you guys' support. So I want to share with you guys what my vision is for the Cameo Bobo Show. My vision for the Cameo Bobo Show is for the Cameo Bobo Show to be downtown with a rooftop studio. The reason I call it the Cameo Bobo Show live on Music City is because I envision this being a studio taping that takes place once a week live from Nashville, Tennessee, and it will be aired live all over the world and broadcast and aired live all over the world. I envision this to be a place where celebrities come, where locals come, where we support businesses, comedians come in, and we just have everybody come in to the Cameo Bobo Show. And tourists and also people that live in the city can come to see those people. A lot of times we have so many wonderful celebrities and public figures coming through Nashville, Tennessee, but we don't get to touch them. We don't get to see them. We don't get to take a picture with them. We don't get to tell them how much we love and support them or how they've inspired our lives. But I want the Cameo Bobo Show to be a place that does that. So this is how you can support me moving forward. Tell someone about the show. Share the show with someone. I'm looking for sponsors to sponsor the show to help me take it to new levels. We're going to start offering advertisements. So if you know a business or someone that might be interested in an advertisement on the show, please reach out to us and let us know. And you also can connect me with someone. If you know someone that can help me bring this dream to pass, please do that. If somebody comes to your mind, big or small, please let me know, because you never know how that person can help me get to the next person to help me get to the next person. So do y'all want to see us downtown on a rooftop with a studio? Yeah. All right. Well, I do too. So please reach out to me at cameobobo.com or go to cameoboboshow.com, and you'll find all the information that I just talked about. Listen, I was able to even do this because of my relationships that I built with people. Relationship building is so important. So don't burn bridges. Don't treat people wrong. Be a person of integrity. Let them know up front what it is. And, just be upfront about your situation and what's going on with you. And most time people will work with you. But when you try to keep and hide it and act like you're something that you're not, that's when you start messing up. So be who you are. Be authentically yourself. Give people the information up front and let them decide whether they want to deal with whatever it is or not. And that's how you build your relationships. So until the next show, I want to say thank you so much to Reverend Venita Lewis, who was just my phenomenal guest on the show. Thank you so much for Butta The Preacher. He was amazing in the amazing testimony. Thank you to Ashley Nicole and my co-host Janard Krause. And until the next time, you have been watching Nashville's #1 late night television show that is spicing up late night television around the world. And until I see you again, 2 fingers and so much love. Mwah! Love you guys.